The next speaker is a friend of mine, someone I've known for maybe 2-3 years. And she's a very good writer, as far as I know. And she's a life coach.
Wow.
And she used to coach women, primarily women, not men, on how to manage their finances. And she's author of a very interesting book. The title of the book is When Love and Money Are Gone.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I'm going to talk about. And this is Elsa Lim, and today she is going to share with us a topic which is also very close to our hearts. Wealth is in your hands. Let's welcome Elsa. Marshall to become the liberator. Okay, so that you'll pay attention rather than looking.
Thank you for that very warm welcome, Stanley. And how are all of you today? Having a great time?
Yes.
Because all of you have seen clearly now, right? So, I am going to talk about wealth is in your hands. Now, I have a special interest on the subject of wealth because before I was a life coach, I spent 14 years as a financial advisor. I worked for 2 very big financial advisory companies. And it is my experiences during those years as a financial advisor that led me into my current profession, which is a life coach. Now, as a life coach, what I do is I talk to people on a very deep and personal level. I help them overcome certain issues in their lives, certain personal problems. And one particular area that I think most people have a concern with is money and is wealth. Would you agree?
Yes.
How many of you would like to have more wealth in your hands?
Yes.
Well, by the end of this evening, you're going to leave Agora knowing that you are very wealthy. How about that?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Now, before I persuade you that you're very wealthy, let's do a little experiment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you see these pictures of this gorgeous hunky guy and this gorgeous woman. I want you to imagine for a second, how would you like to have someone looking like that to be your partner? How would you like to go home every night to someone like this? Whether you're a man or woman, I'm not going to ask for your sexual orientation. Right? You can keep that confidential. But how would you like to go home and sleep next to someone like that, or some gorgeous woman like this? Right? Now I know some of you would say, well, having a partner that looks like this is pretty dangerous. Right? Yeah, it's dangerous. And also some of you may be thinking, this is a stupid experiment. How is so unrealistic? I will never attract someone like this because I'm so ugly. Right? Yeah. There's no way I can attract someone like this. Now, the reason why I select these 2 pictures is it is exactly the way these 2 pictures represent the same way we feel about wealth. We are attracted to wealth because wealth is sexy, wealth is seductive. You like the idea of wealth, isn't it? But very often, we find that we cannot attain wealth. We find that it's so distant, it's so far away. It's just like having a boyfriend or girlfriend who looks like this. Is totally out of our league, totally unrealistic, right? Now, why is that? Why do we feel that wealth is totally unrealistic? And here is where I get a little bit philosophical, because I think we have been ingrained with this idea that wealth has to be the ultimate. I mean, you have to have this ultimate wealth. You have to have this super wealth, otherwise it's not wealth. Wealth is linked to having lots and lots of good things. So what happens is, we spend all our lives trying to accumulate wealth. We work long hours trying to earn as much money as we want. And even when we earn a lot of money, in the end, it's not enough. We still want more. We get into debt to buy more and more stuff because we want to feel wealthy. And that is where our problems start. When we chase the ultimate, sometimes we have an ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal is to be, say, someone like Jack Ma. We want to build an ultimate business. And what happens is this: you have overwork, you have no time for your family, you have stress, you have anxiety, and when everything falls apart, because life can be uncertain, there will be times when your plans won't work out, your investments won't work out. You may invest, say, $100,000 in a particular fund. The next day, the economy crashes, your fund goes flat, and you're very depressed. You may enter into a business partnership hoping to make a lot of money, and then your partner walks out on you with millions of dollars, and you are just devastated. This can happen to anyone. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, when the stock market suddenly crashed, do you know a lot of millionaires committed suicide? Yeah, they committed suicide because they couldn't bear the thought that all their wealth is gone. And they're left with nothing. They're back to being ordinary citizens again. So let me ask you, what is a better way of looking at wealth? Shouldn't we start thinking of ourselves as being very wealthy? Can you proclaim to yourself, I am very wealthy? Can you say that?
I am very wealthy.
Do you believe that?
No.
Yes.
Yes. We change currency will be very wealthy.
I believe and I receive.
Yes, you are very wealthy. Do you know why? Because you have an item of immense value in your house. This is why you have. Okay? All of us are very wealthy and we don't know it. Because we have so many things which other people yearn to have and they can't have. Like a toilet like this. This is a luxury that many girls and women in India long to have. Because they don't have proper toilets, they go out to the open fields to answer the call of nature. And what happens is they get attacked or raped. So you are already very wealthy. So what's another good way of thinking of wealth? Wealth is really about doing what you value most. As long as you can do what you value most, you are already very wealthy. So if you are doing what you value most, what role does money play in your life? Money is just a servant. It's just a tool to allow you to do what you love to do. So if you love to come to Agora meetings, like Mr. Gay Ban Ping, this is not a money-making venture for him. He loves to do it. And this is his wealth. Don't you agree?
Yeah!
And all of us wealthier, but we are wealthier in another sense. We are not wealthier in a material sense. We are wealthier in relationships. We are wealthier in learning and knowledge. This is another kind of wealth that you could strive for, rather than the usual kind of wealth. Now, here's my friend Belinda Low. Belinda Low is one person who thinks that her wealth is in her passion for art. So what Belinda does is, she has an ordinary office job. She does her job, goes back at 6, and she starts painting. And since then, she has painted in all kinds of public spaces, and that makes her life really meaningful. So true wealth is really about committing to what you value, your time, your passion, and the relationships, such as the relationships we all have here. This is really what you should look at. So I want all of you to say with great conviction, I am very wealthy. Turn to your partner. I am very wealthy. And so are you. And so are you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have the evaluator, Mr. Marshall Cooper.
I'm just going to make some comments about my observations of her presentation. First of all, I'm going to tell you what I liked about her presentation. I liked that her presentation had simple slides, but I liked that when she came up here, she was very comfortable. She talked to us like we're in her living room, like we're a bunch of friends. I liked how she talked about wealth. Normally, when we talk about wealth, we think about money. Everyone thinks about money, goods, and condos, and 5 Cs, whatever we have. But she associated wealth with something that we have already. Although we don't think we have wealth, the fact that we have health, the toilet, is part of the wealth that we already have. So for us to be chasing wealth, it's ridiculous because we already have enough wealth already. I like how she really associated, she took our minds off of money. And this is what I like most of all. So I thought her speech was good. I thought the presentations and the slides were effective. I thought her energy was just positive, and it made me think, am I wealthy? Am I rich? It doesn't matter if I'm rich, financially rich. Taken from what she said, I'm wealthy, I'm more wealthy than I ever thought I was. So I'm walking away with a more positive attitude about what wealth is and how we can make ourselves happy no matter what our situations. Great job.
Master evaluator.
Elsa, when you put the slides here, first thing is you stand away from me. But you were staying here, I was trying to read the words because you were blocking, right? That's number one. Number two, when this slide was on, you were speaking for something like 1.5 to 2 minutes. This is no use when you are speaking, just like going to the words. Can you start because you have that, it will distract you. You know what I mean? Okay. Other than that, I think your slides are very well done. You shouldn't put this here because it's troubling me.
The one on the left is trouble away.
So you are trouble too, huh?
Very trouble with that one.
Never mind. Hello, never mind. You know something else. Try to make some jokes is good. This is alright. This is also okay. Okay. Good?
No,
No? Fine.
no, you can choose another toilet, but not with the words that it distracts.
Okay. This is an actual photograph. This is my photograph. I went to a cafe in Hong Kong.
No,
And
but-
this was a restroom.
So that message distract from your main
So,
message.
yeah.
And I protest because it's only for women. What are the men?
Men can do it everywhere. What? Men have always done it everywhere.
No, nobody will read the man.
You'll be surprised. Gay men will rape you. Okay. Alright, good. This one, can I ask you, if you don't mind, do not show these two, just show this one first, then you release and you release. Use animation.
Okay.
Because once you put all the three, everybody tries to bring all the three, right?
Yeah.
So you just
Animate.
animate.
Yeah.
Animate.
Yeah.
Keep these two. Yes. That's okay. Well done. You have a vocal variety, you have